What's up, everyone? This is Emilio. Today I'm in Home Depot, just getting some materials for a new renovation project for a light rehab for a client. But in this video today, I wanted to talk about 5 random tips I wanted to give out to real estate investors. The reason why I'm doing random tips is because I'm shooting these videos, I'm talking to people, and then I get these tips in my head that really they're kind of like all over the place. So I wanted to give you 5 random tips. If you like it as a real estate investor and a new real estate investor, I hope you take it, run with it, learn from it. If you like these videos, please like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Let me know where you're investing, what you're investing in. I'm in the Detroit market, and I mostly do rentals. I don't do flips. Once in a while I do a flip, but mostly do rentals, buy and holds. Anyways, so on to the video. Tip number 1, this really applies to Detroit because I always have people saying, our house is really $1, or you could buy them for like $1,000, $3,000. Yes, it's possible. You could buy houses that cheap. You could buy them from the land bank for thousands of bucks. We made an offer for $8,000 house. And the thing is cheap doesn't necessarily mean better. Some of these houses, they only cost like $3,000 or $2,000, but you do have to renovate them. And some of them, the renovation costs could run $30,000 to $40,000. You could have major foundation issues. Some of these houses have been abandoned for years, so the roof needs to be replaced. No gutters, so whenever it rains, all the water falls right down the side of the house, soaks it up in the basement, and the foundation is jacked. You got to update all the plumbing, all the electrical. Even though you're buying a house for cheap, the renovation costs could be a lot. All right, second tip. I'm gonna go with the cheap theme. So when we were helping out a lot of investors in Michigan, they wanted our help to try and get pricing for different contractors and things like that. This is before I found the contractor that I like using. But what we would do is we would send in 3 people into the house, and 3 contractors, and they give them their quote. And 90% of the time, actually more like 95% of the time to 99% of the time, they always went with the cheapest labor. And the issue with that is that if you're going with the cheapest labor, there are some cons to that. You are saving money because the labor is cheaper. However, you get what you pay for. So if you have somebody that has super cheap labor, one of the issues is that the labor is not, the quality is not great. They might not be that great of a handyman. They might be doing things where it's like kind of like DIY, and it'll cost you more money to repair what they did as opposed to paying somebody a fair price or even a premium price to make sure that they just show up and get the job done. Yes, you are spending more money in the labor, but you know that someone's going to be there. You know that it's going to be done right. Another thing too is what I noticed is, running out of breath. A lot of people that we paid for the cheap labor, what they did was 2 things. They either underbid it, and they had several change orders along the way where they said it only cost 10,000 bucks. And then they first started like, you know what? We underbid it. We have a change order for this. It's going to be another 2,000. We have another change order for this. It's 1,500. And it just kept adding on and adding on. And they would just apply several different change orders, so you end up being at where you were with the other good contractors. The second thing is a lot of the times they take the deposit, start the job, and they just leave. They just go. You don't know where they are. You can't track them. They pretty much took your deposit of a few grand or 5,000 bucks, started the job, and then just left. Happens all the time. So be careful of paying for the cheapest labor. All right, so this is for people that are doing rentals. If you are doing rentals and you are looking for a return on your investment, I have people that are like, they want to get like 25 to 30% return on their investment. And is it possible? Yes. Is it difficult? Yes, because the lower the return on your money, ideally in the perfect world, the lower the return on your money, the safer the investment. So you might be in a really nice neighborhood where you're not making as much cash flow, your return is a little bit lower, but you know the tenant is good, the schools are good, you're paying more for the house, but it's more stable. If you're trying to get a higher rate of return, like 25, 30%, or really high rates of return, You have to understand that you're probably going to be buying the house cheaper. You'll be getting cheaper labor. You'll be charging a lot more rent to a tenant that is in a not so great neighborhood. So they might not pay the rent. They might have, they might skip out on you. They might squat in the house. It'll end up costing you more money to get that. But here's the thing. If that's your MO, if that's how you do your, if all you want is high returns and you're willing to put up with the headache, then by all means do it. And same thing, if you want a lower return and you don't need to chase the money, but you're not making as much on your dollar, then by all means, you're a grown adult. You could do your investments however you want. But just letting you know that high rates of return are very risky. Lower rates of return are a little bit more stable. Tip number 4. I do have a lot of investors reaching out to me and they say, hey, I want to invest in Detroit. And then I say, what do you want to do? And then they say, I don't really know. I want to rent, I want to flip, I don't really know. And it's very difficult for me to try and help you if you don't know your own investing strategy. So what I would probably say is know your exit strategy. Know if you want to flip, know if you want to do rentals. If you want to do both, know your numbers for each one. If you want a rental, what do you want for your return on investment? If you have a budget, if you want to flip, like what's your profit margin or what is your budget? So people are like, hey, I want to buy a house in Detroit. Okay, you could buy a house for $25,000 or $100,000. What are you planning on doing? If your exit, are you going to purchase it cash? Are you going to get a lender to purchase the property? Are you going to do a BRRRR method? Are you going to refinance it? All that stuff really is important when you're purchasing and doing your deals. So if you are starting to invest in Detroit, know your exit strategy, know your numbers, know the more you know, the better it is for me to help you with your investing goals. Tip number 5, final tip, start building your team now. Whatever market you're in, wherever you are, you need a team. I would say you could probably tackle a lot of that stuff by yourself. It's extremely difficult. I have done it, and it's difficult when you're doing 1 or 2, but once you start, for rentals anyways, but once you start doing like 3 to 5 rentals, 5+ to 10, it's very difficult to be able to manage it all. Is it impossible? It's not impossible. But, you know, you want to start growing your team out now. Who's on your team? You want to have, if you're doing rentals, start looking for a property manager. If you want to start making offers on properties, you want an agent, you want a wholesaler. If you are flipping, you want to list it. You're going to need a listing agent. So again, you'll need a realtor. Title company, you want to do people that do title searches. If you're a wholesaler, you want to find a title company that does wholesale deals. You want to find out your contractors. You want to find out people that could help you out with your investing, if you're virtual or if you are local. So again, if you don't know, my name is Emilio, and I am an investor wholesaler in the Detroit area. If you are investing here, I am a realtor, I'm a wholesaler, I'm a buyer. So if you have wholesalers out there, pitch me your deals because we are looking to buy. We do renovations as well for clients. We do have a small team, so we're not taking on a ton of new clients. But if you are interested in talking to me more about it, click on the link in the description below. Reach out to me. I'll be glad to answer any questions you have. I do try and call everybody that reaches out to me. I'm a little bit backed up because a lot of people are reaching out to me, but I want to help. So again, click on that link in the description below. If you want to support the channel, like, subscribe, comment. I also have a Detroit real estate investing course. If you want to purchase that course, the link is there as well. Hopefully it provides you some value. You will also be supporting my channel, which I really appreciate. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video, totally random tips. And I'll talk to you guys soon.